A while back, I posted a picture about stay stitching what I reference as a welted zipper pocket in order to help make the edges turn better. I am in the process of making this fun Halloween purse, and somebody had asked, can you please post a video, as my pictures apparently were not very helpful. Don't disagree with that. So today, while I was making this fun Halloween purse, I thought, hey, why don't I take time and attempt to make a video, which I've never actually done before, so that you guys can see what I'm talking about when I talk about stay stitching on one of these types of pockets, whatever name you would like to give it. Before the comments blow up, I have been told by several people that this is not a true welted pocket, but this is what I learned as a zippered welted pocket, so that's what you're going to hear me call it. If you don't like it, just close your ears and yell about me being uneducated. So it's totally fine. So the first thing you do, I'm assuming you already kind of have the concept of how to attach a zippered pocket to the inside of a bag that is recessed into your lining. So you'll notice here I have my fabric for the pocket, and I've drawn the box, and I've actually already stitched it, stitching this bottom line and this top line. What I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to flip down this top layer of fabric and flip this over, and I am going to stitch down right here across my little cut piece. I'm going to do that for the top part, and I'm going to do that for the bottom part. So you can see I have turned and pulled that lining down, and I now have my fabric down on the sewing machine, and I'm just going to run a stitch, I hope. Alright, so you will notice it is not a beautiful straight stitch line, but nobody's going to see this, so don't stress it. So this is the inside of your bag that will be touching the inside wall of your purse. And then this is the front side, and you'll notice again I have this flipped down, and I just ran a stitch line right there. I'm now going to do the same thing for this other side. I'm going to pull this up and flip it over and run a stitch line again. Alright, you will notice I have kind of tucked that top part out of the way, pulled my lining up, and again I'm just going to run a straight stitch here. I'm not going to make you watch me sew that again. I have just pulled this off the sewing machine. Stitch line is here, and if you flip it back to the other side, you will see that stitch line right there. I hope. My photography skills are not great, but it is what it is. So the reason why I do this is because it actually makes flipping this pocket to the inside a lot easier. By stay stitching this down, it actually has a natural tendency to want to flip to the other side, which makes it a lot easier to create your pocket. So what you want to do is just flip your fabric under there. And I do apologize again for my filming. This is probably not the greatest, but you do what you got to do when you have one hand. We're just pulling that lining to the inside. And if you'll notice from the outside, it creates a nice edge without you having to fiddle with it too terribly much, because it just naturally wants to pull in that direction. Now I'm going to run to the iron, and I'm just going to make sure it's all tucked under nicely. So I am back, and I know I said I was going to hit it with the iron, but truth be told, I didn't even wait for the iron to heat up because I ain't got time for that. So this is what my little pocket well looks like, and literally I just hit it enough to have some pressure on it, and you can see it just has a very nice edge. And then of course the step that is left from here is to affix yeah, it's not helpful when you can't see what I'm doing. Sorry, guys. Is to affix your zipper on the inside of that pocket. So it's an extra step, but I don't know about you. I often have issues with it not wanting to flip, and it takes a while to get a nice edge. Doing that stay stitch really makes a world of difference. And honestly, to me, it feels like a time saver because I'm not pulling and tugging and yanking and all that kind of good stuff so much. So I hope this is helpful for you. Again, I do apologize to those of you whose sensibilities I have offended by calling it a zippered welted pocket. That's just how I learned it. I hope you have a fantastic day and happy sewing.